Have you ever paused for a moment to consider the subtle messages your body sends, the quiet signals that whisper of hidden truths we often overlook? Life has a way of presenting us with signs, small hints that demand attention if only we are willing to listen. One such signal, seemingly insignificant yet profoundly revealing, is the presence of foamy urine. At first glance, it may appear trivial, a fleeting anomaly that is easily dismissed amidst the busyness of daily life. But beneath this ordinary observation lies a story of the body's inner workings, an intricate dance of balance and function that mirrors the delicate equilibrium of our own existence. Just as life tests our patience and resilience, the body tests our awareness and responsibility, urging us to notice, to reflect, and to act before minor disturbances grow into formidable challenges. It is in these moments of subtle awareness that wisdom emerges, and we come to understand the importance of heeding even the smallest of signs. The human body, in its silent eloquence, communicates tirelessly, and yet how often do we fail to interpret its messages? Foamy urine can be the result of something as simple as the speed at which we drink water, the rush with which we live our days, or the harmless excitement of occasional protein surges. And yet, when persistent, when it refuses to fade quietly, it becomes a mirror, reflecting deeper truths, signaling potential vulnerabilities within the kidneys, those vital organs that tirelessly filter, cleanse, and sustain the essence of life itself. It is here that the philosophy of mindfulness converges with the science of health, as we begin to see that neglecting the body's messages can have consequences far beyond the immediate. We often pride ourselves on resilience, on the ability to endure, to push forward through challenges and obstacles. Yet true strength lies not in ignoring warnings, but in embracing them, in learning from the signals that reveal areas requiring attention, care, and deliberate action. This understanding transcends physical health. It is a metaphor for life itself. Life, much like the body, presents subtle cues, foamy signs along the stream of our existence that hint at imbalances, missteps, or unseen stressors that demand our reflection. To notice them is to cultivate awareness. To acknowledge them is to embrace responsibility, and to respond thoughtfully is to nurture growth and sustainability. Dr. Matthew R. Weir often emphasizes the profound connection between awareness and action, reminding us that the earliest recognition of warning signs can alter the trajectory of our lives. The act of observing foamy urine is not merely a medical concern. It is a call to mindfulness, a chance to engage with our own physiology and, through it, with the greater philosophy of attentive living. Every ripple, every momentary froth in the stream of our daily existence holds a lesson. Persistent foam in urine is a tangible lesson in patience and vigilance, teaching us that not all signals are dramatic, not all warnings are loud. Yet those that are subtle, those that emerge quietly in the background, often carry the weightiest messages, demanding not panic, but deliberate, thoughtful response. It is a reflection of our capacity to honor the intricacies of life, to understand that well-being, whether physical, emotional, or philosophical, is maintained not through neglect or ignorance, but through conscious observation and care. In the seemingly small act of paying attention to foamy urine, we are reminded of our responsibility toward ourselves, the imperative of timing in seeking guidance, and the wisdom inherent in addressing issues before they evolve into crises. Herein lies the essence of a mindful, intentional life, seeing, understanding, and acting with clarity. Just as water forms foam when agitated, our lives produce disturbances when neglected, and it is in recognizing these patterns that we gain control over our health, our choices, and ultimately, our destiny. It is not merely about urine or kidneys, but about attunement to the rhythms of life, about cultivating an inner awareness that notices the ripples before they become waves, and about embracing the philosophy that early intervention, whether in health or in life, is the greatest form of self-respect and empowerment. As we journey further into the delicate balance of our existence, we begin to realize that life rarely presents its most critical lessons with fanfare. Often, the most profound insights arrive wrapped in subtlety, in patterns and signs we might be tempted to dismiss. Persistent foamy urine is one such example, a quiet whisper that carries the weight of potential consequences, demanding not immediate fear but measured reflection. Imagine for a moment that your body is a vast, interconnected system, a network of intricate pathways where every action, every choice, and every neglect echoes across your entire well-being. In this web, the kidneys serve as both guardians and gatekeepers, tirelessly regulating the chemistry of life, filtering out toxins, balancing fluids, and maintaining a harmony that sustains the very essence of health. Yet even these vigilant sentinels can signal distress through subtle hints, and it is in recognizing these hints that we uncover the philosophy of attentive living. Foamy urine, particularly when it becomes persistent, is more than a medical observation. It is a metaphor for the overlooked vulnerabilities that exist in all areas of life. Just as the kidneys silently bear the burden of filtration, we too often carry unnoticed stress, unresolved emotions, and neglected responsibilities, all of which, if left unheeded, manifest in ways that challenge our resilience. Here lies the suspense of self-awareness, the realization that what seems trivial today may signal deeper complexities tomorrow. This is where the teachings of Dr. Matthew R. Weir resonate profoundly. His insights remind us that early recognition of subtle changes, whether in our physiology or in our daily lives, can redirect our paths, preventing small issues from escalating into crises. Imagine discovering that a routine observation, a few moments of attention to your body's signals, could dramatically alter your future. That anticipation, the tension between what is visible and what lies hidden, mirrors the suspense inherent in life itself, where clarity often emerges only when we choose to observe deeply and act decisively. Persistent foamy urine is not merely a symptom. It is an invitation to inquiry, a call to examine patterns, habits, and routines that may have gone unchallenged. By addressing these signals early, we demonstrate not just care for our physical health, but a broader philosophy of responsibility, mindfulness, and intentional living. The suspense lies in the unknown. Will we act before the small ripple becomes a wave? Will we heed the quiet warning before it manifests into tangible complications? This uncertainty is the tension that drives both motivation and growth, urging us to cultivate a lifestyle of awareness, balance, and deliberate action. In observing our bodies, we cultivate discipline. In interpreting its signals, we develop wisdom. And in acting upon what we notice, we exercise courage. Every day presents an opportunity to practice this awareness, to honor the intricate feedback mechanisms that guide our choices. The act of noticing persistent foam in urine becomes symbolic of a larger life principle, the importance of vigilance in the face of subtle, seemingly insignificant cues. By ignoring them, we risk compounding problems. By embracing them, we invite clarity, growth, and empowerment. Life teaches us through repetition, reflection, and revelation, and health is no exception. The kidneys, like many other systems within us, provide a model for the interconnectedness of effort, maintenance, and consequence. Ignoring their whispers is akin to disregarding the fundamental principles of life, where every small oversight, if unchecked, can create disproportionate effects. In this moment of reflection, the suspense intensifies, not as a threat, but as a powerful motivator. Understanding the underlying causes of foamy urine, such as proteinuria or kidney stress, transforms a passive observation into an active choice, a conscious step towards safeguarding the body's harmony. This act mirrors the broader philosophical lesson. Life rewards attentiveness, self-care, and proactive engagement. Dr. Matthew R. Weir emphasizes that prevention, observation, and early intervention are forms of empowerment, not restriction, teaching us that the most profound victories often come from choices made in quiet awareness rather than dramatic reactions. The suspense of unheeded signals challenges us to act, to decide, and to embrace responsibility for our well-being, turning a simple observation into a transformative opportunity. And as we navigate this delicate balance, the metaphor becomes clear. Just as persistent foamy urine demands attention, so too do the subtle, recurring patterns in our lives. Ignoring them may lead to unforeseen consequences, yet recognizing and addressing them fosters growth, resilience, and harmony. Suspense, therefore, is not merely tension. It is the teacher that urges reflection, the catalyst that turns awareness into action, and the reminder that our lives, like our bodies, respond to care, attention, and intentional choice. In this understanding, we discover a truth that transcends health alone, revealing a philosophy of life that values mindfulness, responsiveness, and the courage to face what may be quietly unfolding beneath the surface. As we reach this moment of reflection, it becomes clear that life, much like our own bodies, thrives on balance, attention, and deliberate care. The persistence of foamy urine is not merely a medical signal. It is a profound metaphor for the unnoticed challenges that accumulate when we live passively or without mindful awareness. Every ripple in our physiology mirrors the subtle disturbances in our daily existence, the small choices and overlooked responsibilities that, if ignored, can cascade into significant consequences. It is here that the teachings of Dr. Matthew R. Weir illuminate a pathway, reminding us that awareness, coupled with timely action, is the foundation of resilience. Just as the kidneys filter and cleanse with quiet diligence, our lives require constant attention to the subtle signals that guide us, the foamy warnings that urge us to pause, reflect, and adjust. There is a deeper lesson embedded in this process. The principle that vigilance and intentionality are not burdens, but instruments of empowerment, enabling us to navigate complexity with clarity and purpose. Many of us live in a state of hurried routine, rushing past the minor signs that signal imbalance, ignoring the quiet wisdom embedded in our bodies, emotions, and surroundings. The suspense, once felt in the uncertainty of what these signals might reveal, transforms into empowerment when we choose to listen and act. The moment we acknowledge that persistent foamy urine may indicate protein leakage, early kidney stress, or other underlying conditions, we reclaim control over our health and, symbolically, over our capacity to respond thoughtfully to the challenges life presents. Life does not offer repeated chances to correct ignored patterns. Each subtle warning is precious, a call to align attention with action. By cultivating this mindset, we strengthen not only our physical well-being, but also our inner resilience, our ability to anticipate, adapt, and respond with grace. Observing foamy urine is, in this sense, a lesson in patience, awareness, and discipline. It teaches that true strength lies not in denial or avoidance, but in the courage to confront small truths before they become insurmountable obstacles. Every conscious decision to act, whether it is hydrating adequately, seeking timely medical advice, or adjusting lifestyle habits, becomes an emblem of responsibility, mindfulness, and self-respect. The body, in its quiet eloquence, rewards attentiveness, just as life rewards those who cultivate reflection and intentionality. Dr. Matthew R. Weir, that has emphasized repeatedly that early recognition and proactive intervention are the hallmarks of wisdom, and they hold as much relevance in the metaphorical spheres of life as in the literal domains of health. The suspense, the tension between knowing and acting, is not meant to intimidate, but to inspire, to elevate awareness into deliberate, purposeful choice. Every ripple of foamy urine becomes a signal that the system is asking for our engagement, that the path toward balance and restoration requires our presence, observation, and action. As we internalize this lesson, it becomes evident that health, like life, is maintained through vigilance, care, and the readiness to respond to subtle cues. This understanding transforms what might be seen as a mundane observation into a profound opportunity for growth, reflection, and empowerment. We are reminded that our bodies and lives are interconnected networks where early attention prevents downstream complications, where mindfulness and care produce not just survival but thriving. By choosing to honor the signals we receive, we cultivate resilience, fortitude, and a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of action and consequence. Let this awareness extend beyond the physical realm into all areas of your life: relationships, work, personal goals, and emotional health. Every signal ignored is a chance lost. Every sign attended to is a seed of empowerment planted. In closing, remember that foamy urine is not simply a condition to monitor. It is a metaphor, a teacher, and a call to live consciously, responsively, and intentionally. By observing, reflecting, and acting, we honor the wisdom embedded in our bodies and the life lessons that surround us every day. This philosophical understanding transforms awareness into action, hesitation into empowerment, and suspense into clarity. Embrace this lesson. Cultivate mindfulness in all aspects of life, and recognize that early intervention, whether in health or in life, is the greatest act of respect and care we can offer ourselves. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.